Hey, buddy, this is Scott. I was just calling to see how you was doing. And thank you for not giving up on me. I'd like to see you here soon. Maybe we can do another sit down together. I think you'd be good for me and you. See you later, buddy. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
If you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you should be familiar with Scott. I've had many interactions with Scott over the last 3 or 4 years, and several of them have found their way to YouTube. Today, I visited Scott in a rehab facility, and I wanted to show you how well he's doing. I've edited some of the highlights for you to see today. We talked for a little bit more than an hour, and I'll be posting the full video on my other channel, Thoughts of a Patrol Officer, sometime next week. Until then, I've put together a little before and after highlight reel to help keep things in perspective. One thing Scott says to me all the time is, if I can convince one person to stay away from these drugs, I'll be happy. Please help me spread Scott's message.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to go. Okay, thank you. Hey, Bob. Hey, wake up. You're fine. You're fine. Relax. Relax.
Whoa.
You were sleeping in the middle of the road, bud.
I'm sorry,
Here,
boss.
just walk over to my car. I'm going to give you a fist bump on the way, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry, boss.
No, you're fine. Let's just walk over. We'll have a seat. I'm going to make sure you're good.
Okay.
There's an ambulance coming to check you out, too, okay?
I'm sorry.
No.
Look, I played football for many years, you know?
I know. I actually know some friends of yours that you grew up with.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. What are we going to do with you today, Scott?
Hey,
Last...
I don't want no problems.
I'm not going to give you a problem. Last time I talked to you, you wanted to go to the hospital. I took you down to Mount Carmel.
Oh! Then move this one.
Seatbelt is on. It's in the middle, okay? And it buckles right here.
Where, Bobby?
It buckles right here, so grab it out of the center and bring it over, okay?
Ooh!
Come on, Scott.
Hey,
Focus.
Whoa.
There you go. Fantastic, man.
Why not? You got you been calling me for?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I'm all right, man. I don't even know where to start. How are you feeling right now?
I feel the best I've ever felt in probably 25 years.
Really?
Yeah. Just that I'm not able to walk yet, but I'm getting there, you know what I mean? I'm working out and stuff like that.
Like you feel better physically than you felt in years?
I feel better physically and mentally.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, was there like a fog over your brain constantly prior to this, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was on drugs, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I would say, I like to say that I had a blinded eye to everything.
Really?
Yeah. You know, it's so crazy how good it feels just to look outside and see, you know what I mean? See rainbows and stuff like that. I know it's corny, but yeah.
So like for years, it was almost like you had like Vaseline on your glasses.
Yeah.
And you were completely, but you weren't aware of it at the time, right? Like, did you think that you were living your best life?
At that point in time, yeah, because, you know what I mean, I was high, you know, or I was fucked up on some, excuse my language, I was screwed up on something.
Nice.
I remember my mom came and picked me up one day to take me to get something to eat, and she flipped her visor down, and she said, "Look at you." And I couldn't even look at it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I could have looked, but I didn't want to look at it because how horrendous I looked. I looked like nothing that my mom brought into this world. You know that. I look like something out of one of the scary movies, I guess.
Wow, and also if you looked at it yourself, then it'd be real to you.
Right.
And as long as it's not real to you, you can continue to kind of pretend it's not a big deal, keep getting high and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the time that I met you at the hospital?
Oh, yeah.
Because you got,
I straight blew smoke right up your ass. I already know.
yeah, well, but you had pneumonia.
Yeah, I had a pneumonia, and then I had to go back. That's what originally started the surgeries.
Yeah.
Because I had pneumonia. You came to see me in the hospital, and you was trying to get me help, trying to get me in these sober houses and shit. And I told you everything I had to tell you.
Yeah.
Just to slide out that door and go get me my next fix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Well, I can't blame. Listen, I'm not blaming my addiction on nobody else but me.
yeah.
So don't take it the wrong way. Like I cannot sit here and say, you know, it's his fault. You know, because ultimately it was my fault. I'm the one that walked my happy ass into that trap house. I'm the one that, you know, walked up to dude and, hey, let me get a 20 or whatever.
Mhm.
That ain't nobody ever forced me to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, one other thing that is interesting that you kind of remind me of is, you know, sure, it's you that got you into it, and while you're in it, you're always looking for other people to help get you out of it. Like, not just you, but most drug addicts are. And it was funny because I think you said it to me in the truck, and I've had other people say it to me before too. Like, you know, they see a cop and they want to tell them where all the dope houses are because they think if the cops shut down all the dope houses, they won't be able to get dope.
Right.
And that's not going to get you clean.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're relying on somebody else to solve your problem.
Exactly.
And you have to be the one to solve your problem.
Exactly. You gotta have that want inside it. I mean, I know I continue like I'm redundant or whatever, but it's true. You gotta have the want inside you. You gotta want to get clean, plain and simple. Because if you don't want it, I mean, you ain't never gonna get clean. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Yeah.
that's being completely honest with you.
And it's wild because, you know, your life could not have gotten any worse.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing anybody could have done that would have made your life
Rock
worse.
bottom, baby.
And you still weren't willing to change.
Yeah. When I got here, I weighed 129 pounds. I was, that ain't the closest to death I've ever been. I'll kiss your butt.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", 120 some pounds.
Yeah,
Like, I'm 5'9",
yeah.
and when I was in the Army in basic training, I basically starved myself to lose weight.
Uh-huh.
And I got down to 165 pounds.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, I thought I was skin and bone.
Uh,
But you were down 30 pounds lighter than I ever was.
yeah. And I'm used to being your size.
Yeah.
My normal weight is like between 220 and 240.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when I checked into college, I weighed 242 pounds.
Really?
And yeah, I was diesel, you know what I mean? But I'm like, my mom's looking at me, she says like, baby, he's dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at you, you know, my sister come up here to visit me and she's like, what the hell, you know? And it's just like, sorry, you know, but that's what, that my life, it's taking me to.
Yeah.